As I come to you today, I'm a very saddened man when I look at the state of the Kenyan music industry. Ladies and gentlemen, it is unfortunate that some of the leading names in the game, musicians who are pillars in this industry, have been compromised. Some of them, I'm sorry to say this, but they're already in bed with MCSK. So they can never, ever raise a thought, leave alone a finger against MCSK and the injustices that are taking place. Many people, since I was in lower primary school, all the way to high school, were telling me, you cannot be a musician in Kenya. You cannot survive on music alone. That was the song I had while growing. But I refused to believe, because I knew God didn't make a mistake creating me as a musician. And I believed with everything in me that I made a right decision of becoming a Kenyan musician. And I'm proud to be Kenyan, because Kenya is the best country in the world. But when I came into the music industry, and I came along the collecting body, or bodies so to speak, I was discouraged to realize that we had, with all due respect, cartels that were not motivated by collecting monies for musicians. But somehow along the way, their vision changed. Became a center whereby few friends will call on each other and surround themselves with very nice excuses and locking the musicians out.
A legend, they call him, but nothing depicts the life of an epic musician. A legend in writing, perhaps, but a hopeless man in real life.
Your Excellency, the President, there comes a time when wave must push wave for the ocean to move. Musicians are being used like firewood. You see a beautiful steam engine coming your way. Little do you realize the firewood being used were musicians, while propelling a few elite people to their destiny. We've been pushed to an island called Naomba Serikali.
Hapo ndio mimi mwenyewe najiangalia mpaka mimi narudi kucheka, nasema hey, sasa Kenya hii yetu iko namna gani?
Because after every monies you are anticipating has been taken away from you, then poverty becomes your friend. Your Excellency, we do not want to omba serikali. We want to saidia serikali. I saw my brother Poxy Pressure fighting, and I thought he was crazy. Until when he died, and I was mature enough to see what was happening before my very own eyes.
Sasa, je, nikiweka maji kwa sufuria, alafu niweke hii chuma, majani itatoka ndani, sukari itatoka ndani, na masiwa itatoka ndani.
We are all crying about the Music Copyright Society of Kenya and the collecting bodies. This is a cry not from Rufftone, but from every artist who depends 100% on music.
Munikumbuke jamani, nyimbo zangu nimeimba nyingi kama Mwana wa Mbeli, Mkolokolo, na hizi nyimbo unaona mimi nataja tu kiake kidogo namna hii.
And there are many young Kenyans who are dreamers, believers, who want to do music and music alone. We are calling on you because we believe with every fiber in our bodies that your government is just and it is free and fair, and it will not partake and see young people suffer all in vain. We are thanking you in advance because we believe you've already taken action by watching this clip. We are calling upon Honorable Wario. We are calling upon you because we know even after this clip goes out, MCSK and the collecting bodies will come to you with all fabricated lies and explanations. Don't be surprised after this we'll be labeled the bad guys. and they will label themselves the good guys. We have nothing to benefit by saying this. Kenyans, we all remember the Kenyan greats, the Fadhili Williams, Daudi Kabaka, Dio Misiani, Queen Jane, Poxy Pressure, and the mighty King Kong, amongst others. People who toiled for music, but most of them didn't have anything to take home. I'm made to remember of artists who died while hustling. I remember my friend K-Rapt, who was shot in a matatu trying to connect between two shows from Nyahururu to Nakuru. I'm made to remember my friend Isa, who died from a performance in Nakuru on his way to Nairobi. I'm made to remember of the great Angela Chebalonza, a lady of God who died from a performance in Egerton on her way to the airport to catch another show in Tanzania. Your Excellency, why were people dying on the road? It is because people are hustling, with all due humility. All the three names I've mentioned, they were trying to connect from one show to another because the money is not enough. Corporates are complaining musicians overbook themselves in several events within the same day. The reason is clear, is because you never know when you are going to get the other money. I call upon Kenyans to stand with us. Help us defeat this corruption. And I could be risking everything that I've ever had. But I know I'm a father, I'm a husband. If I don't speak, who will? This is my direct plea to you, sir. CS Honorable Dr. Hassan Wario Arero. My case was one simple case. I'm a registered member of PRISC. They are actually a collecting body. When I went to ask for my royalties, I was informed that they're going to check with the records and they'll get back to me. When I followed up, I was saddened when they informed me that because my music had gotten a lot of airplay, but it played under 3 minutes in most of the radio stations, I was not entitled to a coin, not even one Zimbabwean coin. I challenged them and I told them, Rauka on Citizen plays full songs from the beginning to the end, and as Kenyans you're a witness to that. My song was in the countdown. And there's another program on Nation TV, it's called Password, which you can even watch this evening. It plays full-length songs. Yet again, another excuse from the MCSK and the collecting bodies. They call themselves the CMOs. We need justice. May we not suffer like our fathers suffered. May we not suffer like our grandfathers suffered. The Daudi Kabakas, the Fadhili Williams, and the Poxy Pressures. We refuse to be slaves. We refuse to be manipulated. We are ready for change. And thank you, the government of the Republic of Kenya, because we know you will do something about it. Your Excellency, we are not asking for much. We are simply asking for a reputable, independent auditing firm to audit the files and the financial accounts of the CMOs, because they're very good at manipulating. I will give you one case scenario. Late last year, we had the MCSK AGM meeting at Machakos, and the majority of artists suggested that there should be an independent auditing firm auditing the MCSK. The chairman stood, and I can assure you, they manipulated the votes and they forced musicians to take a funny, and I mean a funny, auditing firm to be in charge of their files. They said, they gave reason as being they were charging 400,000 less. I beg to ask, if 400 extra will bring sanity onto the industry, so let us pay and spend that 400,000. After all, it took only a few days to pay Elani 300,000 shillings. Where did it come from? Meaning there's a lot of money. But people are scared of transparency and accountability. Once we get that, we will be okay. There are also ghost members who are being ferried for elections. They are ferried from as far as the up country. People spend monies and they put them in buses to come and vote for them. We need all these things stopped. The time for change is now. I am saddened that lots of young people who began their careers as musicians, they divert into other professions because of suffocation and frustration. Case in scenario, we had a musician called Kunguru. Right now as we speak, he's a banker. We also had a musician called Dij, who ended up becoming a broadcaster. We also had Manga, just to mention but a few. Your Excellency, I remember it as though it was yesterday when I would meet Bebe Cool at the Sing Sound Studios in South B, sleeping on the floor. And I remember even Chameleon hustling in Kenya. But when they made it, they relocated to their countries because the music policies were conducive for an entertainer in their respective countries. Your Excellency, look at Tanzania, where musicians such as Diamond, Rose Muhando and Christian Shusho, when they come, awards they're paid in millions, while local acts are appreciated for only 100,000 Kenyan shillings to 200, and you're told of how much favor you've been given. That one is injustice. Honorable Wario, we believe you will act, and we have faith in the government of today, because we believe that Kenya is where we were born to bring change. I remember at some point in my career, I wanted to relocate to a different country. But I also took a step back when I realized that God did not create me a Kenyan by accident. I discovered and I told myself, we have what it takes. I am the Martin Luther of today. I am the Malcolm X of today. I am the Tom Mboya. I am the Dedan Kimathi of today. Though our voices are small, Your Excellency, we believe that our small voice will get to your big office, and there'll be an action to stop this vice of injustice, corruption, and confusion. Many Kenyans say music doesn't pay, they're dead wrong. Lots of money is collected from the matatus, the salons, the clubs, and royalties are collected from all over. And I can assure you it is in millions, if not billions. But musicians every day, they're given peanuts. Musicians end up having names which are bigger than the world, but they have accounts which are as tiny as ant droppings, and it is so saddening. The time for action is now, today, and instant. We have faith in you, Your Excellency. We believe in every fiber in us that you are born for such a time as this, so that you will liberate the musicians from their ancestral curses that began way back. Mr. President, we believe you can be the new page in our lives, and we thank you again in advance, because we know your heart. You're a man of a noble character, and you will not see this coming to see the light of day. Mr. President, we know after this they will come knocking on your door, calling us the rebel musicians, but we are telling you, just know they are fast, smart, and eloquent. They will paraphrase everything we are telling you, but we are not with them, they are alone. Your Excellency, my friend Alfred Andabwa told me a metaphor. It was a sarcastic but yet something very interesting. I will paraphrase it. He said this, tuko kwa kisima. Your Excellency, nitakuachia mwenyewe ufikirie inamaanisha nini. Anasema, wanamuziki wengi tuko kwenye kisima na tumetumbukia kwenye tundu la giza kwenye hilo kisima. Tukiwa ndani, walio nje ambao ni upcoming artists wanatutamani kwa sababu wanaona meno zetu zinang'aa wakichungulia kutoka kwenye utosi wa kisima. wanaangalia meno zetu, wanasema waangalie wale pale chini kwenye maji, wanacheka, wanafurahia. Alafu Your Excellency, wakati tuko kule ndani hawatambui jambo moja. We are not smiling but we are crying. We are wailing and shouting. So every time they see the reflections of our teeth, ni kwa sababu ya manduru tunazopiga tukiwaambia tutupieni kamba tutoke nje ya mziki, tutupie kamba tutoke nje ya mziki. Lakini ajabu, the upcoming artist wakiangalia chini wanafikiria tunawaambia kujeni chini tuimbe pamoja, kujeni chini tuimbe pamoja. Sasa hiyo ndio methali. Walio nje wanang'ang'ania kuingia na walio ndani wanalia na kung'ang'ania kutoka.